This is actually going to be a video review of two products, both from the same manufacturer. The product on the right is known as the Wood Puck. It is a bamboo wireless charger. So basically it is a standard wireless charger, but with a bamboo coating on it to make it a little bit more attractive, and a little bit less, high-tech. However, out of the box, most phones do not support a wireless charger, so that was where the second product comes in. This is the N4 SlimPWRcard. It is a wireless charging receiver that is intended to fit into a Samsung Galaxy Note 4, which that's mine. So basically what I'm going to do is put the wireless receiver card into the Note 4, put it on the Wood Puck, and let's verify that we can actually charge. As you can see, I've removed the back from the Note 4. The elements that need to line up are the connectors right here, and the connectors here have to line up with the connectors here and the connectors here on the card. There is double-sided tape on the card that you can remove to permanently affix this to the battery, but I don't think I need to. My experience has been that once this is closed up, this will stay in place without that, and at the moment I'm not prepared to glue those two together, so I'm going to leave that off and just put that in loose and see what happens. Okay, the phone is back together again. The back's back on the phone. Let's turn sideways, and you can see it is fully closed up and sealed. There is no readily visible bulge to indicate that there is a charging receiver on here. I had no problem sealing up the back as if there had been no charger in it at all. So let's see, does it actually charge? Now if you remember, the battery was basically right here. You need to basically put the center of the battery on the center of the puck to make sure that this charges properly. So let's see if I can get this lined up. And if I did it correctly, it should beep. And it should tell me that it is charging wirelessly, and in fact it does so. So both the puck and the receiver do work. I've already tested this, so this is basically filming what I've already done. Now, there are some drawbacks to wireless charging. The biggest one is that the efficiency is a bit less than if you had plugged this in. My experience on most smartphones has been that you can get as much as 1 amp charging capacity from your typical charger. The efficiency for a puck, because there are losses in the system, is usually around 70%, and I believe that is what the manufacturer claims in this case as well. So that instead of charging at the rate of 1 amp, you're going to be charging at the rate of 0.7 amps. So instead of charging for, say, completely recharging this phone in maybe 2 or 3 hours, it's going to be, say, 3 to 4 hours. Now, for me, that is a small price to pay for the convenience. I plunk that down there, and I don't even think about it, and then I pick it up in the morning and it's fully charged. Or I put it on my desk while I'm working, and it's charging without my having to worry about it. And the big one for me is I don't have to, let's say that I get a text or the phone rings and I pick up the phone, I don't have to worry that there is a charger on the other end and I've just yanked the charger out of the wall because I forgot that the phone was plugged in. The wireless receiver means I just pick up the phone, answer the call, put it back down, and it charges again. So I really love wireless charging, and this is really awesome. Now, we're not done yet, because this is the phone without any case. So, but the trouble is, most of us use a case for our phones. Let's face it, we invested heavily in these smartphones, we want to protect them. So I'm going to test this with 2 cases. What I have is an Urban Armor Gear case. It is moderately thick, as you can see, a fairly good protection, and an iBlazon case, also fairly thick, also fairly good protection. Of the two, I believe the iBlazon case is just a bit thicker overall, although it's hard to tell from this video. So I'm going to try them both one after another, and we'll see what happens with the charging. Okay, the phone is in the Urban Armor Gear protective case, so let's try this out and see what we get. It took a little finagling, but as you can see, it is now charging wirelessly. And the finagling is partly because this is a brand new phone and I'm not used to it yet, and so I still haven't worked out exactly how to put it onto a charging puck like this. If I were to use my old Samsung Galaxy S3, which in fact is right here, let me try that and show you. Because the Galaxy S3 phone is exactly in the center, all I really have to do is center the phone on the puck and everything works properly. And in this case, the Galaxy S3 has its own charging receiver built in, and it also has the Urban Armor gear. So the wireless, the charging puck is making it through the protective case just fine to the receiver in this phone, as well as to the power receiver in the Samsung Note 4. Now let's try the iBlaze-On. Okay, the iBlaze-On case is on. This one took a little bit more finagling to get it just right because the case is thicker. That's why I did not show you the maneuvering I had to get it, but I did show you that it is on, and as you can see, the charging light is on. So this combination of receiver and puck do work exactly as you would expect, and they work through, well, some fairly protective cases. The iBlaze-On case is very thick, and the Urban Armor gear isn't that much farther behind. I do not know whether they would each work with the something like the OtterBox, one of the thickest cases around, and most protective, of course. But at any rate, for most of us, this combination of receiver and puck is going to do exactly what we hope it will and provide us with wireless charging pretty much under any circumstances. One small little touch that I really liked is that the company that provided this also provided a couple of ports, dust caps, for your USB port to prevent, since theoretically you're not using it anymore, let's go ahead and keep the dust out. That's just a nice little touch that I enjoyed seeing that. Basically, and just to let you know, I used this receiver, wireless charging receiver, with my two other charging pucks. Both of them worked as expected. And I used my other wireless charging receiver, and as you saw, my Galaxy S3 with this charging puck, and everything worked as expected. Bottom line is, it was trouble-free, it was easy to install, the phone fit right into a case immediately thereafter, which is not the case if you buy the Samsung special wireless receiver charging back. So that is something that bulges too much, and now it won't fit into your iBlaze-On or your OtterBox case. With this one though, everything works just fine. That really is a super thin charging receiver. The charger itself is attractive. I like the wood tone. I like that this is a bamboo, which is a renewable resource. So everything, it works smoothly, and I can recommend both of these.